Okay, welcome back to the channel. Hope the videos are helping you in your designing process. Appreciate you stopping by. Today what we're going to do is, if the videos are helping you, please go ahead and smash that subscribe button, tap on that notification bell, leave me a like and a comment. I really appreciate it. And if you'd like to, I always have a cup of coffee in front of me, so you can go down here and tap on that super thanks button and donate a cup of coffee to me. I'd really appreciate that as well. Today what I thought we would do is do a design in M9 and then go into MatrixGold and do the exact same design, and then that way it will really show off the power of MatrixGold and the differences between the two programs. Now, of course, both programs give you exactly what you want, but one will have a little bit more dimension to it, and I'll leave that for you to decide. But pretty sure it's obvious. So let's go ahead and get going on this. First thing what I'll do is go ahead and grab me a ring rail. So I'm going to hit F6, hit F6 and grab me a ring rail, and then I'm going to go into my gems menu here and just grab a gem. We'll go grab a round one. And we'll go to our second level here, and we'll do a 98 pointer there, and then we'll take this and we'll just drag that up around. I don't want it real high up. Somewhere around here should be fine. Let's see, yeah, maybe a little bit more, just a little bit. Okay. All right, so we'll put that stone out there, and it's, of course, centered above our ring rail there. Next thing I'll do is go in here, and we want to put a little cluster halo type thing around our stones, right? So in Matrix 9, we don't have it in MatrixGold, but we do in different commands, so this will really show it off. We have a cluster builder, right? So we'll just go ahead and click on our cluster builder here. And now we need to import our stone into our center gem right here. And then we need to do some setup. So let's talk about this real quick. This will be the offset. I'm going to leave that at 0. This will be our depth. How far down or up do we want to make those stones from the girdle of our main stone here. And I'm going to type in a 0.8. I think that'll probably do it. And this one I'm going to change to, let's see, we'll change it to 20 degrees. So it's going to have a 20-degree angle coming down like this. And then over here, I'm going to switch this to smaller stones. These are stone size. I'll take it to start with at a 2.7. And then my number of stones, I'll go ahead and we'll do 10. All right. Now, if I click this box, north and south will be, it will start. So if I add gems, right, north and south, it'll put my gems up there, right? So they're north and south. I'm going to undo that. If I go to this, it'll do east and west. So if I add gems here, it'll do the east and west here, right? And I'll come in here and take a look. And actually, that looks pretty good. That's kind of exactly where I want it for the most part, except my depth did not input, so as you can see. So I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to highlight my depth here, type in a 0.8, and then remove these stones and then redo them. And now you can see they dropped them down to 0.8. Now, if you think I just put those in there and poof, I got exactly what I want, no. It comes from with playing around with it and just kind of checking it out to see what you're wanting to do with it, right? So basically it's just undo, change some numbers around, add stone or add gems, redo the numbers, undo, add gems. Just playing around with it, it will give you, you'll figure it out pretty quickly. It's not that difficult. but that's the best way to really learn it, is just go in there and start playing around with it, right? I'm not going to move on to our next here. We don't need to do any of this because this is kind of what I want for this video. So we'll just keep it here like this. And I have some spacing in between my gems. These are dropped down below my gems, and I have some spacing right in here, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and take this here. Now, in order to make everything work out okay, I probably should go in here and do my center stone head first, right? So we'll click off this and we'll drag this down so we can kind of see everything. And we'll go to our settings and we'll just add a head on there, and it'll give us our head down here. Let's see, I have all this activated, so we'll just go ahead and do that. And we need to input our gem in here, so we're going to do that. And we have this out here. And 2 rails, I don't need 2 rails, I just want 1 rail. So we'll just do 1 rail. And then I'm going to activate, really, I'll just go ahead and activate all these. We don't really need all these, but we'll start from here. And everything else, I think well, our rail here, we'll go ahead and we'll change it to something like this here. So our rail is now looking a little different. Yeah, okay. All right, so I'm going to drag this up somewhere maybe around here. And let's see, I want to take a look because I'm looking at this one prong right here, my north and south prong, either one of them. I just want to see how that's kind of playing into those gems there. And then of course I'm looking down to see where my head's going to be and stuff like that. I'm going to angle this in just a little. And let's go ahead and bring down the height of those prongs just a little bit as well. And let's see. And okay, so let's start playing around with this. Let's go in and let's see. Let's go to level 3 here first. Let's click on this, so it'll give us our rail here, right? Our rail, R for rail. And we'll go ahead and thicken this up just a little. And we will make the thickness, this part, the width of it, a little thicker so that we have a little bit more metal there. Something like that there. And I think that's probably going to be okay. Let's take a look at it from the top. Yeah. I think that'll be okay. Yeah. We have a little indentation there. And we have this prong to be able to use there. Okay, so I'm not looking at all I don't care about all these other prongs. I just only care about these north and south ones. So I'm going to go ahead and accept this. I think that'll be okay. I could probably bump these stones out a little bit, you know, go in there and redo these stones a little bit. But I think this is probably going to be a little bit okay. Doing the offset. Actually, let's just go ahead and show that. So let's go ahead and select all these gems here real quick. And let's go ahead and delete them. And we have our head out there. Now we can see our head. Probably should have put our head on first, but no big deal. We can go to the gems and go back to our cluster builder and select our stone, put it back in there again. And we'll do an offset of, let's see, 0.2. And we'll keep everything else the same, and we'll add gems. So now we have a little bit more offset. Let's give it some shading. Oh, I hid my shading. Let's see. Yeah, right. No, I didn't. Right there. Okay, so we have that. And that gives it a little bit, but we have a little bit space here since we bumped them out, right? So that should be fine there. Let's go back in the size of our stone to close up this space, right? So let's go and undo that, and let's go here and let's do a 2.8, and then we'll reapply those stones. Yeah, there we go. And now we have a little bit deeper cut in there, and they're not touching there, which is it's fine. Yeah, should be fine. Okay, so we'll go ahead and take this. You just have to be a little bit more careful. And you should probably go ahead and projects at this point. You can go ahead and just job bag it come back and change it around, right? So let's take this and let's go to our utilities and go to ungroup. Okay, now I'm going to take this one here and I'm going to change it to red. And the reason being is I just want it different from the rest of these prongs. And I'm going to select that one and change it red. And if I select purple now, I can go ahead and delete those, but I still keep my red right there, right? Now I can take my red and turn it back to purple. It's just an easy way to be able to grab everything and change it to where I want it, right? Now I can take this, go to my transform, go to my polar array. Center of polar array will be F4. Number of items will be 10. And hit enter. And then we'll just go ahead and hit enter and enter again. So we have those 10 prongs out and they're all in between each of our stones, right? So they're going around like that. This is exactly what we want. Okay. All right, so we have that. Now I'm going to take this stone, I'm going to turn it to blue because I don't want to select this stone. I want to be able to use all these stones, right? So I'll go ahead and select all those and I will go to my utilities and I will group those together. So now they're all grouped together, right? So what I'll do now is I'll take these stones, select them. I'll go to back to my settings. Actually, I'll just go to my F6 command context menu and I'll do prongs right here and select that, right? And let's go ahead and hide our purple. And the reason being is because I can see this one right here a little bit easier. Right, and it's right there where it's overlapping that prong, right? But that's okay, and I'll explain here in a second. We'll go ahead and we're actually kind of watching this area. The first thing, let's see, let's go here. I can't really see, so let's go and hide those stones. I'm going to just kind of make this so that it goes straight. It's more straight, right? And I'll go ahead and bring back those stones. Now, taper, we'll just leave that alone. We're going to bump this up and we'll go ahead and nudge that in a little so this goes into our prong a little bit. Height wise, we'll keep that there. Depth wise, let's bring back our purple so we can kind of look at our depth, and we'll drop that down something like that, perhaps. We don't need to drop it down that low, maybe around here. Okay, so just kind of give it some depth. It doesn't have to be real because we're going to do a lot of manipulation there. And let's see, let's check my size out again. It's 7. Let's just go ahead and take it to an 8. A little over an 8, make it nice and heavy there. And let's hide this purple again. Yeah, that should be okay. So I'm going to go ahead and accept that. So it'll bring all those stones out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go up here to my icon history and ungroup these. And I'm going to select this one and I'm going to change it to red. And I'm going to select all these green and delete them. And I'm going to do the same thing. Take this one, go to my polar array. Polar array will be F4. Hit enter, enter, and enter. So we have all those out there. Take all my red and we'll just go ahead and change them to purple and bring back everything. So now we have these prongs going around here. Now if you wanted just these prongs, you could do that and finish off the ring the way we're going to. But this one, I think I'm going to go ahead and just do a little bit more. I'm going to go back. These are all still grouped together, right? So I'm going to go back to here and I'm going to go back to my F4 command. Or F6, sorry, context menu, and I'm going to do prongs one more time. And this one, what I'm going to do is I want north and south in there. I want these prongs here, right? So I'll just go ahead and accept that. And that should be the exact same prong. It keeps the numbers and everything, dimensions of the prong that you just got done doing. So it should be the same. Yep. So I'm just going to go ahead and accept that. right? And this one, we'll go ahead and we'll keep these out here. Well, yeah, we'll keep them out. All right, so now we have this, right? And everything's looking okay. So what I'm going to do now is, let's see, we have it set up here, so we should probably maybe work from the side here where we can just do these three and then do some mirror action. So let's go in here and let's hold down Shift and Control and select this surface, the prong, and this surface. And we're going to, we should probably, no, that's okay, I think. And we'll delete those. Okay. So we have those three out there, right? Now, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and take, let's see, Shift Control this. Well, before I do that, let's go ahead and grab all this one's grouped. So let's go ahead and ungroup this puppy. So back to our ungroup. Okay, so this one, Shift, holding down Shift, this one and this one, we'll take those to red, and we'll take this one and that, and we'll change that to red, and we'll take all purple. Well, we don't want that. We want these all, we want to keep all this. Let's go ahead and hide our gemstone. We want all these to be red as well. And let's go ahead and take all purple, and I think we can delete those, maybe. We'll find out in a minute, right? Okay, so we're just going to work off these three right here. I think will be enough. It should be, I hope. So let's go to our through finger view, and let's give it some shading here. And what we're going to do now is take this curve. We're going to go to our curves menu. We're going to go to our second one, and first one, sorry. No, is it our second? No, offset right here. Offset, and it's distance to 2 point something. We don't want that. We're going to take it to a 0.8 and then hit enter, and then just snap it there. We'll take that. We'll change that to yellow. Changing it to yellow because it's creation layer, and that's kind of, if you're in MatrixGold, you're coming from Matrix 9, you're kind of just used to, heads are always purple, finger rails are always this color, cutting your boolean or your cutters are always this color, creation layers usually always this color or any other color for that matter, but all your gems are this color and all your metals are this color. That's kind of how it's just kind of set up and how you're taught from Matrix 9 or earlier, right? That these are just going, so that's kind of how I just keep doing things. Creation layer will go to starting with yellow and then changing it according to what you're doing. And then of course, these layers are also used quite often. Usually these right here are probably the most, but these are always gem and these are always metal. Or sweeps, surfaces. Okay, so we have this and we have this offset. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and bring back my stone, go to the looking down viewport, and I'm going to activate my circle command, and I'm going to turn off snaps and go to F4 so it's in the center. Hold down Shift and just kind of make that circle the bottom opening however big you want it. I'll just make it something like this, and it's locked down into my C-plane, right? So I'll go to my curve from two views with history. I'll select this curve here and then select my ring rail, and it'll give me a choice, full or true or full false. I'll go full false. It'll just take it to the top. Hit enter, and I'll go and right click that again, select that circle, and then select that offset curve, and again it's already set to false, and I'll hit enter. So we have that. Now I'm going to take this and just turn it to gray and keep it, and I'll take this and turn it to gray, just so that we have them just in case. You never know, right? Now I'm going to turn off my finger rail because I don't want it in the way in case I'm snapping to something. I don't want to snap to my ring rail by mistake, right? So I'll go to my side viewport and I'll hide that ring rail, and I will go to my circle and I will go from 2 points, turn on my snaps and turn on quad. And I'll take it from that quad there to that quad there and check it out. Make sure I put it on the wrong side, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and take that and let's do a mirror just so we can get it over to the other side from F4, and we're just taking it to this side here, and we'll just go ahead and get rid of that one, right? So now it's on the side that our prongs are on, right? And it's right in the center underneath this prong here, okay? So got it all set up here now, right, for the most part. Now what I want to do is I want to get these circles to go around where I want them, if that makes sense. So let's go to our transform, and we'll go to our second layer, and we will do a array along curve. Okay, and what do we want to array? Select objects to array will be this one here. Hit enter, and I'll select our little circle there, and it'll give me our pop-up here, and I'll just change this to, yes, you guessed it, 10. And hit enter. So now we have the stones going around, you know, nice with the shank. So if we bring back that with the shape of the shank, right? That's why we did all that there. All right. So now what we can do is we have those hollowed there, and we want to join them with that down there, right? Which will eventually be the inside of our circle for the base of our ring. So what I'm going to do is go back to curves and go to my second and just do a duplicate edge, right? So I selected that, and edges to duplicate will be this one, and this one, and hit enter. Okay, and now I have those duplicated, right? So what I'll do now is go ahead in here and I will do surface, and I'll just do a profile sweep, right? I'll do a profile sweep. There's my center there from this one here to that one there, and boom, there's my prong. And let's go ahead and take that and we'll change that to our metal layer, and I'll right click, bring that back, and we'll do this one here to this one here, and there's that. And we'll do right click, this one here to this one here, right? So we have that out there, right? And I'm not sure that we can just duplicate that, because if we do, we won't get our shape going around, right? So let's go ahead, right click, bring that back. Let's duplicate this one from here to here. And let's go ahead and duplicate this one from here, there to there, right? So now we have like a quarter of our ring. I don't think that's going to be enough to do what we want though, because again, it's still coming up. So I probably should have left those out there. So let's go ahead and let's select this one, and we'll select this one. And we'll do that polar array with them. Well, let's go, before we do that, let's select both the curve and the duplicated curve and the cap there, so that it'll take that curve around with it, the border around with it, right? So I'll just select those two, go in here, center polar array, F4, 10, enter, and enter. Okay, and they all have it. We don't need them all, but at least we have them all out there where we need them. Okay, so we have this one. Let's go ahead and take care of this one. Let's go and do that profile sweep, and we'll do it from here, enter to here, enter, and we'll do right click, that one I want by itself. We'll do this one here, and right click that one again, here to here. There we go. And I'll right click this one here to that one there, Okay, so we have pretty much a quarter of the ring done, and well, we'll do, it should be okay. So let's go ahead and take this. All right, yeah, let's go ahead and take all our green now. Let's try it. And we'll do a mirror from F4, and we'll just kind of bring it around to our other side and hit enter there. Take a look. Okay, so this right here we'll have to redo. So let's go ahead and do that profile sweep again from here. No, not from there. Sorry. Back out of that. We'll do it from this one here to here, and right click this one here to here. Okay, so basically the stones on the outside prongs, not shared, unshared, are just going straight down, and the shared prongs go to each side, right? It just gives it a little bit more of a, decorative look, I guess, is what I want to say. So we have all this out here. So we should be able to, let's go ahead and just hide these two for right. We'll just turn them to red. We'll go ahead and select all. The reason why we turn them to red is because now I'm just going to, and try to, instead of trying to go in there and try and grab all those, I can just go over here and hit green, right? And do another rotate or a mirror. And it'll automatically just grab all those green ones. So let's go and add it back to here. Okay. Okay, so we got a couple dupes here. We don't need those. So actually, that went ahead and took both those. We have two here, so let's get rid of one. We don't need one of those. And there's probably the same thing here. We don't need that one there. All right, so let's just go ahead, take that red, and we'll just change it to gray. We'll keep it, why not? And that should be all individually out there now, right? And there you go. Cool, huh? Okay, now what we're going to do, let's stick with our same side that we've been working off of. Just making sure there's no duplicates by just clicking on it. All right, so all these stones are together, right? So let's go and ungroup, and then I'm going to hold down Control, grab this one here, and then I'm going to go back and regroup them together, right? So I have this one by itself, and I have these grouped together. With this one here, I'm going to grab, and we're going to go back to Settings, and we're going to do a bezel, right? And we'll drag this up. We don't need all those colors there. And I'll input my gemstone, and we'll go to this one here, which is our gallery rail. And that gives us the gallery rail bezel type thing, and we'll drag that up. Something like that should be fine. Nice heavy shared. Go in and check, make sure it's touching. Yeah, it looks like everything's good. Now you can, if you want it to go to the same height, we can go and change that too. Maybe we want it more of something like this. And you can angle it around or do whatever you want. Just make sure it's kind of set up where you want it. If you want it even with your under bezel at the top, you could do that. It's a little thin though, in my opinion. I'm just going to leave it a little thicker. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit enter, accept that. All right. Now what I'm going to do is go to my command line and type in MatrixGold, match attributes, GB, match attributes, excuse me. And I'm going to, it says select objects to place style sheets on. That'll be all of these. And I'll hit enter, select objects to take style sheets from. That'll be this, and I want the bezel, and then create. And now it puts them all out there for those heads, those other stones, right? And it's all the exact same one. All right. So now I'm going to go and we'll just go ahead, select, well, before we do anything else, let's go ahead, select everything and job bag it. So we can always come back and do some other manipulation if we need to. So I'm going to select all this up here, and I'm going to just hide it for right now. And now I want to do go into a couple different perspectives. I need my top, and then I need my perspective so I can grab things quickly or easier. I'll go back to my curves, and I'm going to do my first layer here and go to offset. And I'm going to select this bottom one, and it's set at a 0.8. That's fine. I'm going to take it to the inside, click on it. Let's change that to yellow, creation layer. And I'll right click and I'll select my top one. And again, I'll take it to the inside and hit it. So now I have 4 of them, right? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead just very sneakily try to grab just those rails. I'm going to turn them to this. I'm going to grab all that yellow there. And I'm just going to change that to gray and hide it, get rid of it. All right. Now what I'm going to do is, actually I can probably go ahead and take this now and turn that to my creation layer to keep it all organized. All right. So what I'll do is I'll go in here to my surface menu, and we'll just do a loft, right? And we'll go, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. You could select them all, but sometimes it doesn't lay them out correctly. And we have something like this, and we can change that. We can do a closed, of course, and we can do a preview, so you can kind of check it out. You could do a loose and do a preview. You can kind of find out which one you want is best for you. But we'll just take this and we'll just leave it at normal and do a preview. All right, so that's kind of what we're going to get. Let's bring back these prongs and everything so we can kind of see how they're, oh, I guess you can't bring back those prongs with doing that. So let's go ahead, hide green. And let's go do that loft again. Loft, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, enter, and we'll do a closed, and we'll just hit OK this time. So it'll lay them out there, and we'll bring back those, and those go in there really nicely, right? So there we go. All right, so there's all that, and might as well go ahead, take it, and guess what? Job bag it. All right, so let's bring this down here. Okay, so we have all this out there. Next thing we maybe want to do is we'll go through, we'll go to all perspectives, why not? And we'll bring this in. We have our top pretty much done. If you want to put a bell on that, you've got a little pendant. But anyway, we'll move forward. We'll go to our tools, and we'll just grab an outside ring rail, and we'll just go ahead and hit start on this, and I'll just keep this one. And I'm just kind of watching over here. We can drag that up a little bit. Something like that, perhaps. Yeah, that should be okay. And I'll drag it out a little bit to my 2.5, somewhere around there. What did I put a 6? Yeah. 2.5 and drag it to 2.5. All right, so I have this shape here. We'll go ahead and accept that. And on this inside one, I'll go ahead and we'll select it, and we'll go to tools and profile placer, curve in here. And we want to go ahead, second rail here, and we'll just go ahead to our perspective and kind of take a look. We want to move this one. Well, we don't need it that wide. Let's go ahead and take care of some of this here. All right, we'll go something like this just to get it going. And then I'll bring it up so that's kind of going into my item right there. Maybe a little bit more. Bring it so it's going into my ring under bezel, right? And there's all kind of ways we could do this top. I'm just going to do it this way. But you could actually run it through and just do a cutout to a boolean through the center there. There's all kind of different ways we could do this. But I'll just do it the easiest way right here for right now. And go ahead and accept that. Actually, we want to change that. So I'm going to select it, go to my F6, and we'll do a add mirror to the other side. And then we'll do an add, and we will position on curve. We'll bring this one down to the bottom here and do my little flared out shank that I always like. Something like that, maybe. We can check that out. And then I'll just accept that, right? Now let's go to our surface, with history. We'll do 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then hit enter and enter. Right? So we have something like that. Yeah. Okay. And I think we'll just go ahead and take that. Except we'll take it and we'll turn it to this color here. So we can, let's take this. This is, we'll take that, put it on that. So we have 3 different colors because we have 4 different. So we know that they're a little different, right? They're not joined together yet. So that we have all this out here. Now I'm going to grab my profile right here. And I'm going to go to my, I think it's tools. Oh, well, actually, we can just do F4 or F6, rather, F6, profile cap. And I'll just take that. And I'll select it. And I will go to my mirror, hold down F4, and swing it over. And with shift. Hold down F shift or shift, hold down shift, F shift. Okay. Let's hold down shift and we'll take that. I'll select that cap, select this cap and this, and we will join that together, right? And we broke history on everything at that point. Okay. So we'll go ahead. Oh, before we do that, let's go ahead. Let's go back and guess what? We are going to select it all and save it. Right now we'll go in there and grab this, but not that, grab that cap, hold down shift, grab that, grab this, and now we'll go ahead and join it together. Okay, so we have that. Let's take that and put it to a different layer. All right, so we've got this out here. Last thing we're going to do is go ahead and select that rail again, right? So we have it connected here. We need to just connect this piece here, right? So we'll just go ahead and add, like I said, there's a ton of different ways we could do this part here. But we'll just, like I said, just do it this way for right now. And we got our, well, I don't know what I selected. Oh, I just selected that rail. We'll do a profile. We need to add that curve into our profile placer. And this one, what we're going to do is change this one to just something a little flatter, something like this one. And we'll just make it, we'll just go ahead and set it up just a little. 1.7. I think our rail was 0.8. So we'll take this around to 0.8. And we'll take this one and we'll drag that in just a little, right? So let's switch our shading off and go to wireframe, and let's go ahead and bring this in a little, and let's go ahead and add. And from that same point, we're just going to, did I do break mirror? Let's break mirror. Yeah, I don't need that one, but I'll go ahead and add is what I wanted to do. And we'll take this one and put it into there, kind of around there, and I'll just go ahead and hit enter. And I'm going to take this one here and delete it. I don't want that one. And I'll go to my surface 1 rail, right? We'll select this rail here, this profile, and then go in there and select that and hit enter and enter. And we'll hit OK, and we'll just select this surface and type in CAP to give it a cap, and then we will go ahead and mirror. There's our mirror. F4, hold down shift, swing it over to our other side. So now we have those out there. So if we bring back our shading, we can kind of see we've got a nice little input here like this, right? And that should be all constructually sound, and everything should be able to work out just fine. So there you are. The reason, I wanted to do it inside M9 and show, and then I want to go into M Gold and show it as well. Same ring. So the next video I put up will probably be the same ring, except we're going to make it inside M9. Now, if you notice, we're done here. There's not really much manipulation we can do. We could probably go back here and go back to this one and redo the rail or whatever. And if you keep going back in your saved job bags, you can alter things. But you'll notice that in M9, it's going to be much easier. And if I try to change this stone, nothing's going to happen except the stone's going to change, which, is not going to really do anything for us. So I'm going to go ahead and, what color do I have this on? Thought I put it on my gems. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and hide this, and we're going to hide these, right? And we have everything out there. I'm going to go ahead and select all my yellow. Well, before I do that, I need to probably go ahead, select this one, select this one, select this one, and we need to give that some surface shading, right? I'm going to go ahead and select all my yellow. Well, actually, I'll just turn it off. So I'll go to my cutters here and just turn it off. Now, the easiest way, you could sit there and join all those together, I guess, if you wanted to. Let's turn off our ring rail. But the easiest way to take care of this would be to select it all and go to, I think it's Tools, and go to your Mesh Repair and click here. Select your objects, and I think we grabbed everything, so we'll just go ahead and hit Mesh Repair. And now I'll go ahead and pause the video because it's going to take a few seconds for this to load up. It's clicking away there, but it'll slow down as it starts going around those prongs. So I'll go ahead and pause the video perhaps and come back as soon as it's finished. Okay, the mesh is finished. It didn't take that long. I was able to go down and grab me a cup of coffee, which I'm very grateful for. So I noticed that when I did the mesh, we have a couple prongs missing on both sides here. So we need to take care of that. Sometimes this can happen, so make sure you check your item after it's meshed. So let's go ahead and delete that, and let's find out what's going on here. And we have a duplicate right here. So what we're going to do is grab one of those and just delete it, and just kind of check around, make sure there's nothing else. I don't think any of these are, but those are probably the only ones that were. Let's go ahead and check this side just to make sure too. And we are all good over here. In order to make sure that I get that to come up this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this one and this one and this and this, and I'm just going to go ahead and join these two together. And make them a single prong there, and I'll go ahead and change them back to purple, and then I will go ahead and grab them all and do that remesh one more time here. Sometimes it can happen, and I'll just hit enter to start it going, and it'll take a few seconds here, but sometimes that it can not grab some things. If you have some maybe duplicates or something like that there, it's not going to mesh properly. So definitely make sure. I probably should have done a select all dupes. Maybe that would have caught it. But we'll just go ahead and hang out here for a second and see how things work out. Oh, by the way, if you haven't seen any of the live streaming, it is up on the Academy, so you can go in there to the Academy and check out those live streams. And we are done already, so we'll go ahead and grab this and drag it out and click, and now we have those prongs there, and you are good to go. So all you have to do is just go ahead and maybe save this one or whatever. We'll go ahead and hide it for right now, and you can go ahead, we'll just select it, center it up, which is in our transform, no it's not, it's in our utilities in M9, and we'll center it up, and you can go in and start doing your 3D printing, getting the sprue ready and everything on that to be able to get together. But there you go. Hopefully this helps. And what we're going to do is go into Gold now, MatrixGold, and pretty much redo this ring for the most part the exact same way, except we're going to show off different commands inside MatrixGold that will give you much more power over the item after it's completed, because there's really nothing we can do with this this other item that we made, right? This is done. There, you know, you can go back and you'll have to redo things, but in MatrixGold you won't have to do that. You can just select certain items and change them around and be able to manipulate it to get different kinds of looks and items out there. So come back and check out the MatrixGold on this one here, and you can really see the differences in what MatrixGold really has to offer. So thanks for watching, and good designing.